Hey guys, GameBar06 here, back with another video. As you guys can see, this is a drawing of Temari. This has actually been in the works for quite a while, but I had other projects that I'm started to take a higher focus on. There's this one animation that I'm working on. It's going to take a long time because it's my first full body animation, and I mean, it takes me a while to draw a full body, and I'm going to have to do that for a multitude of frames. I believe about 20 or so. I've done the first, let's see, how many was it? I've done the first 7 different frames. I mean, some of them are double frames, so obviously I'm not drawing those twice. But yeah, and it is a little faster once I have the framework. And what I mean by the framework is once I draw the first frame, all I have to do is, because I've drawn essentially the base for the body. So I drew a stick I'll just tell you, I'm working on walk cycle for Urza Scarlet, and basically the idea is as she's walking, she'll re-equip into the different outfits that she wears throughout the series. I'm working on one specific outfit, the outfit she wears at Bar Altair, I believe it's called, during the beginning of Fairy Tail Dragon Cry, because that caught my attention when I was on Moo Day one day. So if you guys have seen that movie, seen that, you guys will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'd suggest checking it out because it's legitimately pretty good. That's the only Fairy Tail movie I've seen. I think there's only 2. I haven't seen the Phoenix Priestess one. Don't know if I will. In fact, I haven't seen the majority of the anime movies I've seen have been Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece. Outside of those animes, I haven't seen. Oh wait. I did watch the first 2 My Hero Academia movies, and then I'm probably going to watch World of Heroes whenever it's available online, for free. So, yeah, and more specifically the dub, because yeah, I'm a dub guy. I've explained that before. Let's stop with that and move on to talking more about Naruto and Temari specifically. I'm not going to talk about anything Shippuden. I'm currently rewatching the entirety of Naruto. Actually, as of right now, I'm paused on episode 182. I've paused so I can do this commentary. And while we're at it, let's just talk about Temari as a character. So, when Temari is initially introduced, when the tuning exams are about to start, I mean, there's not really much about her because the first time she appears, Kankuro is bullying Konohamaru because Konohamaru accidentally bumps into him. Then Gaara comes in, and then Kankuro tries to play it off like Konohamaru started the trouble when all he did was accidentally bump into Kankuro. It was an honest mistake. During the first round, you don't see much of her. She didn't really do anything other than ask EBT why. What was the point of the first 9 questions? If the 10th question, if anyone passed by agreeing by staying in the room to answer the 10th question, that's about it. In terms of the second round, Gaara did all the work. However, we do learn that Temari is Gaara's sister, Kankuro is Gaara's brother. Again, character-wise, don't see much of her because Gaara is the one who goes out and kills the range family because they pissed him off, essentially. And once he killed the first one, the other 2 begged for their lives and they still died. And luckily, they had the scroll that Gaara's team needed. I do not remember if it was Heaven or Earth that they needed. I do have it in my notes. If you guys don't know, I've said it in 2 other videos. I'm taking notes on every episode of the series. I mean, I have a 50-50 chance of guessing. I'm gonna guess that they are looking for an Earth Scroll. So, Gaara's team completed the test in 97 minutes, which is the record, and it beats the record by 4 hours. And then after Anko hears of this and understands that there's a bunch of beasts in the Forest of Death, and Gaara got to the tower without a single scratch. that's when she realized, oh yeah, Gaara's team, they're not getting level. So obviously, Gaara's team is tuning, if not joning level at this point. Which, honestly, I would argue that in terms of fighting ability, they get to joning by the time, what people call the Sasuke retrieval arc. I would easily argue that they're joning level at that point in terms of their fighting skills, Shinobi. Anyways, let's get to the preliminaries. So, obviously, Tenten and Temari are fighting. The funniest part is how much of a L Tenten takes. It's comical thinking about just how she just did nothing. It was just funny how she took that L. And Temari kind of shows, and this is something I forgot about, which is a good thing. I'm watching this series for the third time. But after Temari absolutely collapsed Tenten, Tenten used this attack. She basically summoned a bunch of weapons from her scroll, and they all ended up on the floor. And Temari, when Tenten lost, Tenten was hanging on Tamari's fan, and Temari just threw Tenten into said weapon, so Lee had to catch her to prevent her from getting hurt. So this kind of shows that, like, her and Kankuro have sort of this bully mentality. They're low-key bullies, because you've already beaten Tenten to a pulp, essentially. Well, not a bloody pulp, because she wasn't the one who was bleeding. But you've clapped her cheeks pretty hard, and you're not going to even show her the respect. Show her some respect and just let her down gently. You're going to go out to try to hurt her even further, even though she can't fight anymore. So you're just picking on someone at that point. That's how she is at the beginning, and she's obviously extremely and she's very confident of her own abilities. However, it's revealed later when she's fighting Shikamaru that she is a strategist, and she isn't arrogant in any sense. Like, for example, Goku. She understands that when she needs to take her opponent seriously. She's taking Shikamaru seriously, and she tried to strategize, figure out how long Shikamaru can make his shadow based off of how much shadow he could use from the edge of the arena, how much he got from the clouds passing by, how much he got when he made his shirt into a parachute. Unfortunately for her, she was just playing to Shikamaru's hands, so Shikamaru can then use the hole that Naruto created to have the shadow go through that hole and then just hit her with shadow possession. Which means that Naruto indirectly helped Shikamaru get that, and Kurenai in her head stated that Shikamaru, despite the fact that Shikamaru gave up after that because he was low on chakra, Kurenai stated that Shikamaru won that as soon as he trapped her in the shadow possession. He thought 500 moves ahead. If he had the chakra he needed, he would have won. He could have simply walked over to Temari, point the kunai, make Temari surrender. If that didn't work, which it should work, because unless Temari has a kunai in the same exact place as Shikamaru does, then Shikamaru can just stab her without her being able to do anything because of said shadow possession. So, yeah. And then with her strategy, she was able to hold off Sasuke for enough time to give Gaara some time to rest after he got hit by Sasuke's Chidori. And then Sasuke ended up getting completely clapped, and so Naruto had to come in to save him. He was listening to Palkun, Gamakichi, etc. So, yeah. So I like Temari as a character. I think there aren't many major female characters in this series. If most of the major characters are male. But But that's it for this commentary. If you guys want me to talk more about Temari, maybe I'll make another Temari Speedpaint or just talk about it in the next video. But for now, King Wiser 6 and